Welcome to Sum It Up. It's my opportunity to sum my message from this past Sunday. Today is the 4th of December. Last week was my first message in the Angels of Christmas series, where I'm talking about the angels that show up at Christmas time in the biblical narrative. I find it very interesting that while angels are creatures we find all throughout Scripture, we just really don't see them all that much. But in this event of the birth of Jesus, we see them show up a lot. And this past week, we looked at the Gospel of Luke, and we looked at the story in the first chapter, the first 25 verses, to where an angel shows up to Zechariah and tells him that his wife is going to have a baby. Interesting story. I mean, we're talking about John, as he'll be born many months later, but it's interesting to see the response of Zechariah, who worked in the temple, and his wife, Elizabeth. The responses couldn't be too dissimilar. I mean, they couldn't be any more dissimilar. Zechariah basically says, how can this be? I mean, you're telling me this, but you know what? We're old. How can God do this? And he winds up being made mute, and he can't speak until the child's born. And Elizabeth's response is very different. Elizabeth's response is, the Lord has done this for me. In these days, he has shown his favor and taken away my disgrace among the people. It's like she embraces the fact that God has done this, and she absolutely believes that God can handle it. So in the midst of your life, are you more like Zechariah or are you more like Elizabeth? When God does something, you say, nah, how can he do that? Or he can't do that. Or are you more like Elizabeth and say that, oh, thank God that you've done this for me? When you're living through your life, we have two choices often: to have faith, to trust, or to not. The challenge for us is to remain faithful, to trust him always. Hey, I don't know exactly what you're going through, but I know that our God is big enough to handle it. Hold on. Trust him. He'll get you through. God bless. Have a wonderful week.